Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. This is a Conqueror Gun Carriage, the orbital laser cannon as some come to know it. It's the Tier 10 British SPG, and we're on the east spawn of Klondike, the grand battle game, and the name of the commander is Dr. Dip. Now we can see Dr. Dip's driving away, and look at that huge howitzer. That's 234 millimeters, that howitzer, 9.2 inch. Now this particular SPG was never actually built. It was a proposal to put an SPG or a howitzer on top of a Conqueror Gun Carriage or Conqueror chassis, but unfortunately they never got to build it. Okay, now Dr. Dip's looking for targets. And a couple have turned up north, but it looks like he's focusing on the docks area. Always a lot of heavies fighting around the docks area. Now, he's got a 38-second reload on this particular Arty, so he's obviously managed to get his crew up to speed. Normally, the reload speed on this particular SPG is 58.1 seconds. And the thing that's best about it is the trajectory, because the shells come in near vertically on the targets. And that's a big hit on the IS-7. 417 hit points and a huge stun. Huge. But he's cured the stun straight away using his first aid kit. Primarily because he's going to be facing enemy tanks very shortly. And if he's got stun, it's going to mean that he will probably go down against them. Okay, another IS-7 has turned up. Now he's carrying 16 rounds of HE and 8 of premium. The difference between the two is radius. The premium rounds have got a much bigger blast radius. He fired the round in at the IS-7. Oh, it landed behind, but it looks like it hit that E100 with a big splash, because that E100 is missing a huge chunk of nearly 800 hit points. And they're both carrying stun, the IS-7 and the E100. The E100 backing off there. Massive hit. In fact, actually it's 722 hit points it lost. So that must have been nigh on right next to the E100 as the shell came in. Almost ready to go again. Looks like he's aimed for both the IS-7 and the E100. And the shell lands between them. Does 255 hit points of damage to the IS-7 and 299 to the E100. There's a Jaegeru in the water next to that ship. And another IS-7 is moving slightly to just above the minimap, attacking the tanks on Dr. Dip's side, on the other side. Okay, ready to go again? Out on the IS-7. Oh, he hit it! That was a direct hit on somebody, because there was no explosion. Oh, it was the E100 who got it! He's missing another 800, nearly 800 hit points. He must have taken a direct hit right on top of him. And the IS-7 in the water has actually gone down. Now that might mean that the tanks that were opposing him are moving up. But Dr. Dip's almost ready to go again. He's loaded. Just adjusting his aim. Is he going to go? He's going for the E100 again. Rounds out. It's splashed right in front of him. 377 hit points this time. That E100 is looking very sorry for itself. Now that Object 430 has moved up to attack the IS-7, but he's been taking huge hits. And he's attacking that Jaegeru, but I'm not sure it's a wise choice when he's got so little hit points left. Oh, there goes the Object 430. That was very bad. Okay, Dr. Dip's out on the E100. And he gets a hit, 426, but it was a near splash. And he also did some stun assistance to the Jaegeru, or some splash rather. 48 hit points of splash on the Jaegeru, but it's not much really. He's down to half of his health. It's the E100 that's almost gone though. And yeah, there's also a Death Star there now. The FV215B183 is also there. And there's a T110E5. Now, Dr. Dip's almost ready. Yep, ready, dialing in. Lined up that E5. There's also a TVP there. They're both retreating, and well, the shell landed between them, but they moved apart just at the right moment, so they didn't get much in the way of damage. 217 on the E5, 169 on TVP. But the unfortunate thing is we've lost sight of them now because there's nobody spotting them. Now somebody's spotting from the north. I think that's the Patton who may be spotting them from up there. 3 tanks together. Another few seconds before Dr. Dip's ready to go again. It looks like he's going to go for the E50, but we've lost sight of them again. Now he's holding fire, waiting until he can see the target. No, he can see a target, but it's actually to the south. And the T110E5 has turned up. Looks like he's going to go for this object 263. Rounds out on 263. And that landed just to one side of him. 430. But the E50 has crossed the river and is now headed towards the cap. And the E5 is attacking as well. There's the E5. And he's having a go at the enemy, or the Dr. Dip's teammates, which are over in grid square F0. Almost ready to go. I think he's going to fire this one at the E5. Rounds out. Oh, that was a big hit. 482 hit points. I think that was directly on him. Well, that E5 is showing a massive amount of stun. There's a T110E4 and a Type 5 Heavy pushing on the cap, even though they're taking damage. And that mouse is all on his own down in the dockside area. And he's facing an IS-7, a Death Star. There's a T-50 behind him. Or rather, not T-50, an E-50 behind him. And a Kranvan has now crossed the water and is coming up towards the cap. And that landed behind the IS-7. Far enough behind that it only did 97 hit points of splash. There's the Death Star. Okay, there's a Kranvan, and he's going for the cap. He's attacking that M48 Patton. Of course, that Kranvan's got a magazine to fire. And that Patton's in a very, very difficult situation now. In fact, the Kranvan probably used up his magazine because he rammed the Patton instead. And the Guerrilla's coming in from behind. Oh no! Dr. Dip's been spotted! And it's the E5! He needs to move quick! Oh, he fired at the Guerrilla, and in doing so he didn't move, and the T110E5 has ended his game. Oh dear me. Well, it looks as if they're going to lose this one now. It's 17 to 25. They're being massively outnumbered. And the last remaining members of his team are up to the north. The mouse is being surrounded in the docks area. And he's gone down. The Jaegeru's been killed. I don't think the other remaining members of his team are going to survive very long. Yeah, it looks like that T62 to the north is making a run for it. The T110 on E4 on his team has just been killed. The T62 and the AMX 13105 are both moving as rapidly west as they can, presumably trying to get away through the factory area from that Object 140. Oh, the T62 did a detour, and I'm not sure that's a smart move. He came out in front of an E4. And yeah, he's been taken out. Actually, he was taken out by the enemy T-92. So the E4 was spotting for the T-92, and it looks now like the AMX 13105 is headed to try and find the Arty, the enemy Arty, but the enemy is capping, and they're capping with 3, so it's not going to be very long before this battle is over. I think they're trying to end the battle as quickly as possible to prevent their own Arty from being killed, but some of them are bound to get discovered by that 13105. And we can switch, I think. No, we can't see the 13105. But he's found one of them and killed the T-92. That's the same one who killed the T-62A. And there's the GWE-100. And that's it, they've capped out. And it's all over. So let's have a look at the end of battle results, and it's a bruiser medal for Dr. Dip in the Conqueror Gun Carriage. He got at least 5 critical hits. He got 16 actually, and he got a Gore's medal, so he then managed to do more damage, exceeding 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and that's going to make a big difference overall to his scores. I'll show you in a second. When it came to damage, he came second with 4,464 hit points. But he was well down the table when it came to kills because he didn't get any at all. But when it came to details, well, he fired 11 rounds. He got 3 direct hits, 3 penetration, and 16 splash. So he managed to splash more than one tank with most shots. He did damage of 4,464 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits, both from the T110E5, and they were both penetrations. He hit 8 of the enemy. But he also did stun assistance damage of 437 hit points off 19 stuns. Now he earned 35,324 credits on a standard account, but because he managed to win an epic medal, the Gore's medal, he gets the achievements award as well added on to equalise his score with those of the winning team, and that brings his total to 54,322 credits. But to repair his vehicle and to resupply his ammunition has actually brought him to a deficit of 4,428 credits in total. So he actually lost credits on this particular battle. He received 408 base XP, but he also gets the Achievements Award there. So his total amount comes to 894 XP, which is not bad for a grand battle. But I think the thing is, you can say that at least he got another Gore's medal to add to his total, and that's nice. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.